What is going on, everybody? Yes! That's my fake drum roll. It is Monday night. That means one thing. Monday Night Rants with me, your host, Edward Rouse, at Edward Rouse on Twitter. Join me, follow, tweet at me, retweet at me, message me, mention me, at me. Just put my name, Edward Rouse, in something and put it on the World Wide Web and see what happens. I guarantee it'll be fun. No, I don't know. But still, it's at Edward Rouse at Twitter. Thank you guys for joining us this Monday night. Last week had a little bit of the flu. Not a case of the Mondays, as some people would say. A case of the flu. 2 days over 100-degree temperature. Lots of Gatorade and water. Lots of achy body parts. And I lost my voice for a day and a half. That was fun. Can't be on the radio and do that. Definitely not. Was not good. But anyways, I am back at it again today. Monday Night Rants is back again after missing a week. But let's be honest, last Monday, there was nothing, and I mean zero, to talk about. The AAF. That was about it. But all of a sudden, a week later, my goodness, people, it's like a bomb exploded and just sporty news just went. Everyone went, there's finally something to talk about. It's almost Easter. So it's now March 2019. And I want to let everybody know that this week, coming up next week, not this week, but next week, will officially be the 1 year anniversary of when I started doing this. 1 year. I started this 1 year ago on a limb or a whim. You want to call it? Just one. You know what? I think I'm going to go online and talk sports because I got some stuff I want to talk about, i.e. the Dodgers. And started this whole thing, the Monday Night Rants and the Intrust Sports and Fantasy Alarm, everything going strong, and the drafts and everything we've been going stronger and stronger. And I love it. So a week from today, tomorrow, we'll celebrate the 1 year anniversary.
Hell yeah!
And we will be talking next week MLB a little bit more. And by the way, is it me or do the Easter Reese's peanut butter cups that are shaped in the egg form, are they better than the normal Reese's peanut butter cups? I think they may be better. For some reason, to me, they taste better. I don't know if it's because of the egg shape. But man, I started seeing those commercials when they had the flu because I was, you can't really do much but watch TV. And here comes, the bunny, the chocolate bunny, and the peanut butter jar. They it's making love. Pretty much assumes that they're gonna make a baby, and the baby is obviously the egg peanut butter cups. And for some reason, they taste better. I don't know why. They just do. Deal with it, people. Deal with it. So, anybody live in Philadelphia? Anyone in Philadelphia right now? Come on. Nobody's in Philadelphia. Nobody is enjoying Harper time. Well, since we last broadcast this show on your local television waves, of course, Manny Machado, which we talked about on the Intrust Sports podcast the week before I got the flu. But now Bryce Harper has finally signed a contract with the Philadelphia Phillies. And by the way, I predicted before either one of them signed, I said on this show a month ago, Bryce goes to the Phillies, Machado goes to the Padres. 2 for 2 is not bad. Just saying. And that's exactly what happened. Listen, I like Bryce Harper to the Phillies. Machado, I understand. $300 million, 10 years, opt out after 5, contract makes sense. If that was the Cuban national team giving him that contract, he would have taken it. It's great. I don't quite understand the Bryce Harper contract, though. 13 years, no opt out, $330. So less per year than Machado's making. To go play in Philadelphia. When both the Giants and the Dodgers offered him short-term contracts that would have blown everyone out of the water for most money made per year. But he decided he didn't want to go to Philadelphia. And that's where he's always wanted to go because, let's be real, he wants to bring the trophy back to Philadelphia, right? Wait, let's see what he said. Hold on.
And that's what it's all about. That's what I want to do. We want to bring a title back to D.C. I want to be on Broad Street on a freaking boat or whatever, van, bus, whatever it is, and, have a trophy over my head and do that.
Oh, Bryce.
It's all about.
Yeah, that happened. He said he wanted to bring the trophy back to D.C. in his press conference for the Philadelphia Phillies and his 13-year, $330 million contract, which, by the way, would take him to the age of 39. And lots of teams he can't be traded to either, so he's pretty much stuck there. You're stuck with him, Philadelphia. And Bryce Harper is going to be stuck with not a very good contract. Like, I understand what Boras was trying to do. He wanted to beat, Machado couldn't beat Giancarlo Stanton. He wanted to beat Stanton's contract, and he did. Except he's making less per year. And no opt-outs, I thought was odd. He wants to stay there. He wants to be there. He wants to enjoy the city of Philadelphia over the west coast of L.A., San Diego, and San Francisco. That doesn't make any sense to me at all. But it's okay. Because in California, we still have a DMX. But Bryce Harper, you enjoy your contract in Philadelphia, who, by the way, has a pretty decent team on paper. But we all look good on paper. It's like the 5 minutes after everyone does a fantasy draft. Everyone has the best team on paper. Of course, no matter what. You always have the best team on paper right after you draft. That's the way it works. Unless you're in the great fantasy baseball invitational draft and you're still in round 16. Because now it's been a week and a day, and I'm still there. Wonderful league, though. Having a lot of fun. Me and my league, I'm in 14. A lot of the guys and girl, we got Shelly too as well, got together and made a Twitter group. We've been talking. We've been having a lot of fun. Lots of jokes. Shout out to everyone in League 14 in the Great Fantasy Baseball Invitational, going strong. Except for the one we've had 2 guys get kicked out or replaced because they wasted 4 hours on every single pick, and both of them have been replaced. Thank God. We're going a lot quicker. We actually all got through 3 picks today.
Hell yeah!
Yeah, that's the Nick and New record. So we're excited. I like my team up until I got to about round 12. And then but anyways, a beautiful thing. Follow along live. It's the Great Fantasy Baseball Invitational. Just look it up on Google. You'll find the website. You'll find somebody made this spreadsheet about the predictions and stuff like that. I'm like in the bottom, 10th. So I'm like, what the heck? It's making me look bad. But, it's not how you draft. It's how you finish. That's my slogan. It's not how you draft. It's how you finish. I.e., look at me in fantasy football last year. It's not how you draft. It's how you finish. And the same thing, even though there's no trades, same thing in the Great Fantasy Baseball Invitational. It's not how you draft. I need to make a t-shirt. I'm going to make a t-shirt. I'm making t-shirts. I got to .com that too. It's not how you draft. It's how you finish. Boom. I'm doing it. So Bryce Harper goes to the Philadelphia Phillies. He says he's bringing a trophy back home to D.C. at the same time. And Machado's looking great over in San Diego. 1 for 3 today with a double. And looking good, saying all the right things. I think San Diego won the free agency over Bryce Harper and over the Philadelphia Phillies. I think San Diego won free agency this year. I think they got the better player. Less injured than Bryce Harper is. And cornerstone infielder. And overall, I think when it's all said and done in 5 years from now, I think that Machado may end up being the better player. Just saying. Put it on the board. Put it on the effing board, baby. But that reminds me, speaking of fancy baseball, boom! That's right, Anthony Zaragoza, who will be on the show later, and my boy Josh Stanhill, of course, will be on the show as well. We've missed him. We haven't talked to him in a month or so. I can't wait to see what he has to say. He is the baseball head of In Trust We Sports, and we're doing In Trust We Fantasy Baseball. That's right, In Trust We Fantasy Baseball. There's like 3 spots left. Get in the draft. We're doing live draft like we did with football. There's 2 spots left. I just saw over there. Only 2 spots left. So that means tonight it's going to be over. So join the league. Get in. Live draft. It's sponsored again by Pine and Palm Brewing. It's pineandpalmbrewing.com. Pine and Palm Brewing on Facebook. They're going to be supplying us with everything we need to make the show happen. It's going to be 3 hours. It could be 4 hours. And guess what? Facebook just extended their live time. We can go to 5 hours and not get kicked off the air. We'll see what happens. We're going to give it a go. And everyone's welcome to call in. There'll be a call-in number. Everyone invited. It's going to be a lot of fun. Anthony's going to say something dumb that I'm going to record, and he's probably going to get hit in the face with some red vine. So it's going to be awesome. So In Trust We Fancy Baseball. Check us out. Direct message me or Anthony Zaragoza at Zaragoza Anthony. What's up, Marquise? What's up, Kevin? What's up, Chip? What's up, Rocio? What's up, Patrick, Steven, Randy, everyone? Give him a message and say you want to be in it. We'll send you the link. The link is also on the In Trust We Sports Twitter page, which is at In Trust We Sports. Enjoy us. And boom. There you go. Fantasy baseball is going live on the 15th of March. We're going to be doing a live show. Okay, moving on. Football, NFL. Ah, yes. The Arizona Cardinals made the headlines. Hold on. I'm probably going to get upset and rant about this, so I got to get my mouth nice and moist so I could extend my ranting to a higher level. Traded up to draft Rosen last year and came out to say that they want the number 1 pick because Kyler Murray is over 5'10". He's over 5'10" and has above average size hands, and suddenly that makes him the number 1 draft pick.
Well, Lottie frickin' da!
So all of a sudden, the Arizona Cardinals and Cliff Kingsbury, who, by the way, still does not have a over 500 record in his career at any level he's ever coached at, wants Kyler Murray to be their quarterback, number 1 overall, a quarterback who doesn't fit his system, by the way, in an offensive line that looks like the starting offensive line for the replacements. Okay, good luck with that. So what are you going to do with Josh Rosen? You're going to try to trade him. You're going to lose value on him for what you got him for last year. He's a gunslinger. He's a pocket passer, gunslinger. His motivation in life is to sit in the pocket and throw the ball down the field. And you want to all of a sudden trade him and try to get Kyler Murray. Well, what if you can't trade him and you can't get Kyler Murray? Then you're stuck with Josh Rosen, who doesn't want to be there now because he doesn't trust anything or anything that you're doing. And you going to put him out there still as your starting quarterback and think he has motivation or wants to play for you? The Arizona Cardinals have fast become one of the worst franchises in the NFL. They were one of the up-and-comers. You had Kurt Warner, Larry Fitzgerald. You're in the Super Bowl, almost going to win if it wasn't for Plexico Burress and the Pittsburgh Steelers. But ever since then, what? Now you're like you're a laughingstock. This just makes it even worse. Is Kyler Murray even that good of an NFL prospect because he's just over 5'10" and has above average hands? All of a sudden, he's the next big thing? What if he was 5'9"? And why was it that all week on Twitter, thank God Bryce Harper signed, because the top trending thing in the world was that he was 5'10". That was it. That was the number one trending thing on my Twitter. Was that he was 5'10". Ooh. Newsflash, I'm 5'10". Drew Brees is 5'10". Yes, I get that. Kyler Murray is not Drew Brees. Is Kyler Murray watching the Machado and the Harper contracts in baseball and going, maybe I should have played baseball? Because he doesn't seem like the type of longevity quarterback that we're used to in the NFL at all. And if he goes to Arizona, Cliff Kingsbury and his system in Arizona with no offensive line, I think they're pretty much setting him up for fail.
You are one pathetic loser.
In the end, yes. So I don't like it. I don't like what they're doing to Rosen. I think you trade up for him. You had 1 year with a terrible offensive line, and I think you keep him, you let him play, and you develop some. You pick an offensive lineman in the first round, and you let Kyler Murray feast on somewhere else, because I don't expect him to be a great quarterback in the NFL. And just because he's 5'10" and has oversized hands doesn't mean he's going to be great at all. So good luck with that, Arizona. Good luck. Oh, man. Speaking of the Combine, this guy has taken the Combine by storm for all the right and wrong reasons. Metcalf. Yes, the Ole Miss receiver Metcalf showing his... Yeah, that is a topless picture of a man right there. And holy crap is all I got to say. He has a 48-pack. Apparently, it came out that he has 1.6% body fat. He would be dead if that was the truth. Even professional weightlifters who do it professionally in the world can't even go that low without dying, because that's happened once. They've actually died because their body fat was so low that they actually died, and it was higher than 1.6. So technically, that can't happen. He wouldn't be able to run the 4.33 40-yard dash with that body fat. He would have fainted. So let's not get all of our panties in a bunch, people. Although I do think he is a beast, and a 4.3 with his size and height is pretty nasty. And I do think he did, besides the lie of 1.6, because that's just not correct, go up to a first-round pick. And I think somebody in fantasy leagues, you're definitely going to want to target in the right situation. The right situation, for example, would be going to, let's say he goes to Jacksonville. And they pretty much have already signed Nick Foles. It's give and deal. Nick Foles is going to Jacksonville. Nick Foles will be the starting quarterback for the Jacksonville Jaguars next year. Put it on the board. The fastest free agency signing, the complete opposite of Harper and Machado. He just got drafted. He's already signed, and it's not even the first day of the new season yet. Nick Foles, and if Metcalf gets on that team, that's going to be nasty. That's a good target for him. Now let's give you a bad example. Let's say he ends up on the Washington Redskins. Who's going to be the quarterback? Alex Smith is out for another year, probably his career. And you got Josh Johnson, who was supposed to play in the AAF, by the way. And then you have Sanchez and McCoy. So if Metcalf gets on that team, his 1.6 body fat and his 4.33 goes to waste. But kudos to him for having a great combine. And by the way, the combine means nothing. Oh, but it does, because it shows you how fast. Oh, shut up. I don't want to hear your crap. It means nothing. You know why it means nothing? I'll tell you exactly why it means nothing. After I have my panel on, and we're going to have a game where I'm going to have them name the top people in all the categories, and I guarantee they're not going to get a single person right. Unless they're cheating right now, and now they're going to go on Google. But still, it doesn't matter. These people half of them have played for 5 different teams, in and out of practice squads. It's just, hey guys, we need something. The Super Bowl ended. The draft's coming up. Free agency's coming up. What do we do? I know. Let's bring everyone to Indianapolis and have them run a 40-yard dash. Gosh damn, that sounds like a good idea. Boom, that's how the combine was made. It's crap. The Wonderlic test. The Wonderlic test. Ooh, the SATs of the NFL. It's crap. DJ Metcalf. Ugh. Speaking of crap, this man, yep, that man. I don't know if it's the guy on the left or the guy on the right, but Antonio Brown continues to make everyone wonder if he's okay and if he needs to go to a mental hospital. He now, ever since his episode on The Masked Singer, which he lost first because he was a terrible singer, let's be honest. Then he asked for a trade, and then he was doing weird Instagram videos with ex-teammates and Joey Porter, and then he was shaking the hands of the owner, saying he wanted the trade, and now he looks like a walrus. He has a gold mustache and black hair with a blue stripe on it. And he Instagrammed this beautiful picture you see right here. He sent this picture out himself of him in a beautiful looking walrus. And this is what Antonio Brown is doing. He's trying to get traded. He obviously wants to go to a contender because he's over 30 and his time is limited. So he wants to go to a good team. And he's posting shit like this. He's not doing the offseason right, let me tell you that. Because no team is going to want a guy that looks like this, that's acting like this, like a child. Which seems to be a theme with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Children, people. Children. Le'Veon Bell. This is what we get from Antonio Brown today. A mugshot of him looking like a bad decision after a bad hangover movie next to a walrus. This is what we get. Bad night with Bradley Cooper and a walrus. This is what we get. Thank you, Antonio Brown, for making me right once again. Speaking of right once again, the Lakers suck. I'm gonna let all of you Lakers fans bask in that when you said I was wrong. The retirement plan is already coming. This is year 1. Nobody's going to go there in free agency. They're going to lose their coach. Walton's gone. He's getting fired. It's going to be LeBron's team. No one's going to want to play with an aging LeBron who wants to do Space Jam 2. Because remember, Space Jam 2 is coming out next year. He'll actually be acting, as I said he was going to do, during the season in the movie. They're not going to make the playoffs this year unless they have a miracle comeback. And the Clippers and the Kings and all these teams, the Jazz and all these teams right below them just suck, which they're not. Because have you seen the schedule the Lakers have to play the rest of the year? It is by far the toughest schedule in the West. By far. It is not easy. And they're not going to do it. And I hate to tell you I told you so. Actually, I love to tell you I told you so. The Lakers are as terrible as I thought they were going to be before the season started. And the retirement plan is now. It is here. And it's not going to get any better because it's not a destination free agents want to go to next year. The Clippers are more enticing. The Knicks are more enticing. Do I want to go play with a coachless LeBron James coach team? No, I don't. I don't. There's no incentive to go play for the Lakers. I'm a free agent. Not where they're at right now. And not where they're going to be by the end of the season. The first year in a long time. How weird is it going to be LeBron James not in the playoffs? Think about that. LeBron James not in the finals. Oh. Not he's not in the finals. He's not in the playoffs. Playoffs? Not even the playoffs. So, here, Lakers fans, let me save you the heartache. Yes. They are that bad. And yes, they're not going to make the playoffs. And yes, LeBron James is going to retire, making more movies than winning playoff games. Boom! That's right. All right, let's bring in the panel. Let's talk some of the stuff I've already talked about, and let's play a little game. I'm sure there's a lot that they want to talk about that I've already talked about. There's a lot going on, like I said. You got the Harper, Machado. Harper thinks he's going to bring trophies to D.C. even though he's committed to Philadelphia for the next 13 years. Hey, he said it, not me. Rosen is never going to want to play in Arizona again. Kyler Murray is not that good in the NFL and should play baseball because of the trophies. Cliff Kingsbury is not that great. Metcalf looks like a fake person. More on the combine. What is Antonio Brown doing looking like a walrus? And LeBron James and the Lakers. We'll get a live look into and check in on that Lakers-Clippers game as it's going live as well. So let's bring in the guys. Let's bring in everyone at Zaragoza Anthony, at Jay Stanhill on Twitter. Here they are. What's going on, gentlemen?
Hey, what's going on, Edward?
You know what? Just another Monday. Enjoying life.
Hey, what's up, brother? How you doing?
You know, a lot to talk about this week. A lot has happened over the last 2 weeks. So just trying to catch up on all the glory and what is sports during this time. Can one of you guys check in on the Clippers-Lakers score for me?
Yeah, they were up like 15, the Clippers, so they're not even the best team in town.
Wait.
Even without Tobias Harris.
Hold on. The Clippers were up 15.
Oh, no. Up 5. The Models are hitting me. My bad. Up 5 right now.
The Clippers are up 5.
And a third. Yes, sir.
Oh,
Actually,
okay.
Sir, it's actually up 10 now with 11 minutes left.
By the way, the spread was Lakers 3.5, and the Clippers, yeah.
That is nuts, man.
It is 95-87 in the fourth, 10 minutes and 45 to go. Clippers up over the Lakers. If the Lakers lose this game, they are officially out of the playoffs. Look at the
I
schedule.
probably would have said that beforehand, but I think, yeah, if you're going to be out.
Well, this is a one-game win, though. This is a huge leap because it's a one game over someone who's in that 7-8 spot. Losing this one with their schedule, they're done.
Oh, yeah. That's going to put them at 6.5 back with like 18 to play.
Yeah.
And as bad as they're playing right now, there's no way they're making up
might as well
6.5
start
games.
You might as well start filming Space Jam in April.
There is already talks about how Magic should sit LeBron for the rest of the year.
I love being right. It's so much fun. Oh, Lakers fans just hate their life right now, and it's so much fun. Ugh. I can see them right now looking at me, hating my guts.
You know, it's like when you take the hot girl to the dance, and then she has like a crappy personality, but you show up, and it's like, oh, wow, look at Anthony with that hot chick. And then, like, she leaves me midway through the prom dance, you know, and then I'm by myself. But I came in with her, and now she's gone, and now I'm alone.
And then she leaves on my arm.
Oh, come on, Edward. Come on, man. I'm right there eating the bad cookies and punch, and you're over there dancing with her, and all I have is what was in the preseason at the beginning.
That's it. That's exactly.
That's why you don't draft that way. That's how you finish. It's not how you start.
That's right.
And draft.
It's not how you draft. It's how you finish. I gotta get. So let's find out how to make T-shirts. I want to make a T-shirt. It's not how you draft. It's how you finish.
Well, you know me. I'm all about the draft, so that second part means nothing to me, and that's probably why I always lose. So,
hey,
that's the big reason why.
Have you guys finished your great fantasy baseball invitational draft yet?
No, me and Josh were round 26.
Okay, so we're way behind you guys.
3 picks left.
I still have my whole bench in reserve and one more catcher I get. Yeah, we're behind.
Rough.
Yeah,
that's rough. But you know what? I think I like the timer because with so many different people from different area codes and you know lives and things like that, it works. But it sucks that you had two guys who had to pretty much get kicked down the middle of the draft. They've been slowing it down the whole time, and now. But at least you had more time to research. You know.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, well, except I had the flu. So for like 3 of the days, but that was the beginning. And the beginning is kind of relatively easy because it's like, okay, obviously I'm going to take the best guy available to fill these spots. Like the first 3 or 4 spots. I ended up with
Absolutely.
Arenado and Machado, and Arenado at 12th overall is kind of a no-brainer. I didn't have to think about it. It took me less than a minute to in a 4-hour time period to know who I was getting there. So it was,
I know what you mean. I had the number 1 pick overall.
oh
It
yeah,
was
you're not going to
easy.
wait 4 hours on that. You're just going to get your bets or your trout and call it a day there.
Just saying, Mookie looked pretty dang good right there.
Exactly. So there you go. So I'm enjoying it though. A lot of fun. Like I said, I got to know all the people in my league a lot, and we're all good friends.
Yeah,
it's gonna
same
suck
with
when
me
they're
and
gonna.
Anthony. We're pretty good friends too.
It's gonna suck. It's gonna suck. It's gonna suck when I beat them all and they hate my guts though. But that's that's how it works. It's the game.
That's it.
We play to win the game.
Yep. That's not how you draft. What is it?
It's how you finish.
That's right.
That's right, Anthony.
That's right.
Yeah.
All right, guys. We talked about it. I talked about it at the beginning of the show. The Bryce Harper deal. Let's just talk about the deal in general. Not Machado's kind of behind us. We all agree that's a good deal. Do you guys think that are you guys with me and think that maybe the Harper deal is not the best deal in the world, but yes, it's the most money overall, but in the end run, maybe taking a shorter deal on a team like the Giants or like the Dodgers could have been better off for more money, and maybe seeing what your options are then, or taking this no opt-out 13-year deal stuck in Philadelphia and with pretty much can't be traded to anybody. What do you think of that deal, and do you think it's the best deal in the world? Because I don't.
No, and the thing is, I'm trying to figure out what was holding him up this whole time. Because like you said, he's stuck there in Philly pretty much for the duration of his career. I don't know who would pick him up if he's struggling or gets hurt or whatever the case may be. So he's going to be there for a while. It just brings me back to when the Phillies won that World Series. They locked up Ryan Howard for a long-term deal. They got Utley. They got a couple, Rollins in there. And they handicapped themselves, and you've seen them, even though it's a different, management there. It's just, I don't know what was the holdup, and it's like, if he would have took a similar approach like Trout did, sign like a 4 or 5 year deal with, say, like the Dodgers, go out there and be with a contender right away, you're still going to be in your early 30s. And in baseball, that's probably towards the end of your prime, but you're still ready to get that second contract. Look at Robinson Cano. He got himself a long-term deal.
And Albert Pujols, too.
Albert Pujols cast in with the Angels, so it's like it's weird. I get it. It's still a crap load of money. $330 million. No matter how you cut it.
Over
or whatever.
13 years though.
If that was me, I would take it. Even half of it, or a quarter, or a tenth.
Well,
but
yeah,
still,
because
looking at him, it's weird because you thought there would have been a more per year for as far as the salary, and when you've seen the years and the numbers and all that, it's kind of funky. Maybe that's why Harper said he's going to bring a championship to DC, because it was maybe a little burnt about the whole contract. So that's his last poke at him. But, it's odd. Yeah, I think I like Manny's deal. Even Nolan's deal with the Rockies
That's a good one, too. Yeah.
That's a really good one. He gets a shorter deal. He gets paid more. And, you still give yourself some flexibility. That whole no opt-out clause is a weird one. I don't know who was favored. Obviously, the Phillies might have favored that, but that's really funky.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
if you want to hear stats, if you want to hear this, he'll make over $175,000 a game,
That's not bad.
and almost $176,000. If you really want to get, it's $175,824 a game.
Yeah, but won't Machado make more per game than in his deal than Harper?
No, this is Harper.
I know, but Machado will make more per game during his contract.
Correct.
Yeah.
Pre-tax, because he's in California now.
Okay.
Right.
They get taxed
there's
like
tax
no
in
one's
Pennsylvania
business over
too.
He
didn't go to Florida.
Harper, if you're looking at Harper as the person who's looking at for money and like Anthony was saying, the longevity, like a Pujols and stuff like that, yeah, it's great for him. Is it great for the club? In no fashion way possible. You lock yourself up. You can't get any other real players coming in except for this upcoming 2 to 3 years that you have these players.
Mm-hmm.
And then what are you going to do? You're kind of in this little hole, and you're going to have to start really in that luxury tax and trying to compete then with the Yankees and Red Sox and try to create this monster of a team, and then have to always be at that top level, be spending a crazy amount of money just to be competing because you're that far down because of one player.
Yeah, I agree. But you know what? It's also good for baseball at the same time because in a era where everyone's talking about football and maybe being bad for your brain and baseball being boring, these big contracts are sure making it not boring, that's for sure. And I like it. Not because I'm a Padres fan, but in general, I just like it. And we still have Kimbrel, Keuchel, Adam Jones, and Gio Gonzalez left. On the clock. You're on the clock, boys.
And a report has come out saying that Keuchel is being scouted by the Phillies right now.
Oh.
Short-term deal, 1 to 2 years, but
Jesus.
So
after Nola, imagine Arrieta and Keuchel, old man's.
3-4 years ago that would have been pretty good.
Yeah.
But that's where they're at though right now. It's 2 years for that, and then Gio is being linked going back to the Brewers.
I'll take that one too. I have him in a league, so I'm okay with that. I have him in a dynasty league, and I'm like, where's he gonna go? And I have Adam Jones in that league too. I'm like, where is he gonna end up?
And that has also been saying that the Orioles are talking about giving him another year to 2 years back at the Orioles.
Yeah, but does he want to do that? He's 32 years old. He needs to go to a contending team. That's
going to be up to him if anybody else wants.
And he's from San Diego. He's a West Coast guy. Although we just saw the West Coast guy go to the Phillies and the East Coast guy go to the Padres. So I guess that's out of the question. Justin's here. He says, "What's up, folks?" I still like Adam Jones maybe going to a team like the Dodgers, where he can fill in for a Jock Peterson who's already struggling in spring training, and do some damage there. And probably one of the most underrated pickups any team will get in the offseason, because he's been consistently really good for a long time, but playing in a small market team like Baltimore doesn't get him a lot of credit than he should. So kudos to them, or whoever picks him up this late too. No big injuries in baseball, right, Josh? You've been following along. There hasn't been anything big, right?
The biggest injury, if you want, is Fulte out of Atlanta.
No, don't say that. Don't say that.
No, the Salvador Perez injury was the big one.
Elbow inflammation. Except for that, there really hasn't been anything else.
No, the Salvador Perez Tommy John surgery out for the year.
Correct.
But that was before, yeah. So, yeah, Salvador Perez out for the year. Looks like he's going to have Tommy John surgery, which makes the catcher even thinner. And what? Okay, I love Justin Mason. I love the Great Baseball Fantasy Invitational. Can we get rid of 2 catchers, please? Can we just get rid of 2 catchers? Who has 2 catchers in real life? Nobody. It's like 2 quarterbacks. It doesn't happen.
Well, you also have 5 outfielders too.
That's fine. But 2 catchers? Come on with the 2 catchers. Let's not do the 2 catchers anymore, people. Let's not. No more 2 catchers.
Yeah, I had to do some real research to make sure I got a guy that was starting, or at least getting the majority of the at-bats, because I was struggling when I started getting my guys.
Dude, I'm at Chirinos, and it looks like I'm going to get like Lucroy, who could be a sleeper, a little pick.
Hey,
there.
I got Chirinos on my squad. Okay.
I like Chirinos because he's going to bat 7th.
Yep.
But he's good. But he's batting 7th and 8th in a great lineup where people will be on base in front of him.
See,
and he's a home run hitter. He just hits 20 dingers and he bats 220. That's what he does. So
you just got Anthony way too excited.
I drafted him too for that reason. But 2 catchers, come on, we don't need 2 catchers anymore. Let's get rid of the 2 catchers. No more 2 catchers. Jesus Christ, can't even name 10 catchers. I get
5.
Yeah,
you can't.
Jeez. Just watched the Lakers lost again. Looks like another great night of sleep for me. Thank you, Justin. And like I said before, I was right. The Lakers will not make the playoffs. So next week, of course, we're going to have our 1-year anniversary show, along with we'll talk about some things next week. I'm not sure. We're 2 weeks away from March Madness, so March Madness show will be a week from Monday. Then after that show, the week from that Monday will be the baseball preview. We're doing the baseball preview after the stupid Japan game. I'm sorry.
Hey, don't call it stupid, okay? Some people care about that
You're
game.
ruining fantasy
Especially in
baseball.
Japan.
Yeah. They're ruining fantasy baseball. So you think that the Seattle Mariners are going to move up Yuzuriel Karuchi to pitch that second game?
Absolutely.
They have to. There's no flipping
He's looked
way.
good. I've actually picked him up. I picked him up in the Great Baseball Fantasy Invitational. He's looked good. So, and that'll be a good little story, I guess. Right?
A nice little treat for the local
Ichiro
fans, you know?
Suzuki may get a start too. Game 2. We'll see.
We're also talking to the person who picked up Otani last year.
I love Otani. I still love Otani, especially in dynasty leagues, because I think when he's gonna hit, he's gonna hit.
Oh yes.
But
That's why I
when
picked
he
him up.
comes back and pitches, we forget how nasty he was at pitching before he actually got that Tommy John, which that's not the Tommy John coming. And I didn't think it would be so soon. And I know, Justin, you're an Angels fan. I'm sorry, but it came soon. Wearing thin, my friend, wearing thin. Why are they bringing him back so early? They brought him back so early to pitch that game, and that's what did it. Terrible. And we talked about on the show, I talked about how terrible it was. But, yeah, kudos to MLB, I guess, for getting more international with baseball, but ruining our fantasy seasons. Okay. Are you guys done talking about baseball? Let's talk about football. What do you say?
Let's go, mate.
Do you guys have anything to say about the 1.6 body fat and DK Metcalf at all?
The only thing that I'm going to say is I'm glad. Well, I'm not glad he's dead, but in this situation, if Al Davis was alive, that man would have traded all 3 first-rounders this year, the 2 first-rounders we have next year, and then 4 future first-rounders to move up to number 1 to draft him. That is the quintessential Al Davis pick.
Sounds a lot like what your new coach is doing, too.
Oh. We're acquiring picks, okay? We're acquiring them. Al Davis would have traded them all for the bank. Metcalf, he's the reason why the combine gets so popular every year. He had a injury-riddled year with Ole Miss. He wasn't productive, but you look at him on paper, the picture alone says it when he took it with all the other receivers. He gives teams that feeling that, you know what, maybe he can be it. He has to be it.
Let's not say he wasn't productive, because he was very productive for the limited amount of games he played.
Limited, correct. Yeah,
without a quarterback either.
But in a day and age where, your best trait, your best ability is being available, like he's already had a serious injury.
Yes.
And it's just like, if you're going to pick him anywhere, say, I don't know, I've seen him all over the place, but say in the top 10, he has to be a slam dunk. Top 15, you got to be close to there.
First rounder.
And
Late first round. He'll be the first receiver taken for sure off the board. Guaranteed.
I'm telling you,
receiver.
teams are gonna panic draft night. Teams are gonna be looking at that picture that you're staring at, that you put on the show already, and see those
With
damn
his 48
muscles.
pack. His 1.6 body fat, which would kill you.
Dude, like, I think I just ate 1.6% fat today, and he just has that in his entire
for
body.
dinner. Yeah. That's, yeah.
Like, the guy is nuts, and for him to be that big,
4.3, 4.3, 40.
That's nuts. That's nuts.
And I believe he's, I'm trying to get his 237 pounds, 6'5".
That's what I'm saying. Like, see, if you're a GM or you're like,
Christ.
how do you not get excited off of that?
Yeah.
Like, that's
If
that's
true, that's unguardable in the NFL. Like, that's unguardable, right? That fast, that big.
you would think.
Yeah, yeah.
You would think.
That's like Calvin Johnson if he was fast. Like, he was already almost unguardable.
it'd
And
be like
you had the speed like that, and it's just
Yeah.
insane. Sorry.
No, agreed. And that's what I was going to say too. It's just, let's just throw all these different players into one guy and just go.
Pretty much. Do you guys agree with my expectation he'll probably end up on a team like the Jacksonville Jaguars in the first round?
I think that would be his best fit. I think he needs to go somewhere later on a
That
better
would be a
team
really
with
good
maybe.
fit. Yeah.
Oh yeah, and I think
The Tennessee
especially.
Titans as well.
Oh yeah.
Say again?
No.
The Tennessee Titans would be a good fit for him as well.
He'd be a good fit for Titans.
Yeah.
Logically speaking, that's phenomenal. But I'm telling you, draft night shows up. people get their fingers all clammy, they get all sweaty, and they
I
say,
know,
you
I
know what,
can't
man?
wait.
Let's just move up at 8 and get him. He's that good.
Speaking of moving up and making terrible decisions, Arizona Cardinals and the Josh Rosen, Kyler Murray debacle. He is 5'10". If you guys haven't noticed, if you haven't read, he is 5'10".
The alarms.
And he has above average hand size. Just so you know. Just want you to know. This is very important. This means he's going to be a good quarterback. Because before he was 5'10" and had above average hand size, he wasn't even the top 4 quarterbacks. But now all of a sudden he's 5'10", he has above average hands, and next thing you know, he's the number 1 overall pick, and the Arizona Cardinals are willing to get rid of Josh Rosen, all for a coach who Kyler Murray doesn't fit his theme and has never won over 500 record in his career. What are the Arizona Cardinals doing? Are they now the new laughingstock of football?
I think they're just looking for hope, man. I think Cliff Klingbeil, when he mentioned how much he loves,
If someone marries me,
Interesting defensive
there's
pick. I
hope
like it.
for there.
that's what I'm saying. There's hope.
Okay, there's hope for that.
There's hope. But you know what? It's just crazy to see. A couple months ago, Kyler Murray for sure going to go to baseball, first-round pick, and just the hype of the offseason has dwindled down to a point where, I don't know, it just, from all the reports I'm seeing, I don't know where else he will go other than the Cardinals. And, you know, you literally just spent a top 10 pick on Josh Rosen last year. Obviously, it's a new coach and all that. And now, yeah, just because everybody thought he was 5'8.5" or 5'9", and now he gets that extra inch, now he's a bona fide, you know, NFL starter. I don't know. That makes me super nervous if I'm a franchise to give my
and did
team
he have
to him.
gain weight? He gained or dropped a bunch of weight? No, he gained weight.
I hope he gained weight. No, I hope he gained weight because he is, like, fragile out there.
No, he gained weight in order to make, like, so, which means when it comes to football time, he's not going to have that weight because he's not going to gain that weight to play, you know, start in the NFL. He's going to be at the normal weight he is. So it's almost like this combine is like a weigh-in for a UFC fight, right? Like when it's all done, it really doesn't matter the next day. You got to make weight, and then after that, it's fair game. So,
Well, let me also put this in too. This guy's shorter than Drew Brees. Okay, he got thrown like a rag doll against Alabama, and now you're gonna say against these beast mode players in the NFL, he's gonna do better than people at Alabama against Alabama
with arguably the worst offensive line in football,
precisely.
which is why Josh Rogan struggled.
Definitely is going to help.
But he is a capable quarterback of running out of the pocket, a la Russell Wilson, and making something happen, which is more than Josh Rosen can do.
But
Rosen's
if
a
he,
pocket
Yeah.
passer.
I think it's just a lot of that excitement. It's that excitement. You seen Lamar Jackson last year. He took the Ravens, you know, under his wing and, you know, had games of 20-plus carries. It was excitement. They were winning games. They shipped Joe Flacco because of it. I think more teams
It's a
are
weak
seeing
schedule
this.
during that time, by the way.
Oh, no, yeah.
Just saying. Yeah, I know they beat the Chargers in L.A., and they almost beat the Chiefs. But besides those two games, the teams that they beat towards the end with Lamar Jackson were not very good.
his
I
throws
agree
weren't
with you.
their greatest either until that second half in playoffs.
Oh, no, they were bad. But you know what? At the end of the day, it's I guess all matters is wins. But, yeah, like you said, those wins weren't that great, but they were winning. And
Tim
people love a
Tebow
winner.
had wins, too. Let's not forget.
Yeah, that's weird how he won a playoff game.
He did.
And they kicked him out faster than me at a bar. You know, like they just wanted him out of there ASAP.
That's fast.
That's
fast.
super fast.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know. I just think Kyler Murray, he is exciting. He's electric. He can make plays, but I just, as fast as, like, just look at the combine, for instance. All those defensive stars out there. You had defensive linemen running 4.40s, the fastest
Yeah, that's
times
crazy.
in ever combine. How are you at 190, 200 pounds gonna have to compete against something like that? It's crazy. It blows my mind.
And not only that, but why aren't you looking at trying to improve that defense or offensive line to work with what you have?
Because now there's a new coach again, right? And honestly, I don't think he lasts a full year.
No.
No.
Well, if they make this pick under his, rule, he's gonna live and die by Murray. And if Murray
Yeah.
sinks, he's gone too.
Man, I
He'll
mean,
be there as long as Vance Joseph was in Denver.
shorter. I mean, who the last coach of the coach that just got fired from Arizona was only there for a year.
That's true. Yeah.
Like,
there you go.
they're literally the new Browns. They're like they're the new laughingstock of the NFL.
Yeah, because the Browns are not a laughing stock anymore.
They're better, and Baker Mayfield is proven himself so far 1 year. We'll see though. He still has some, emotional issues, but so far, passing the eye test and the say test. Antonio Brown, guys, you guys saw he posted on Instagram the picture of him next to the Walrus. Good or bad for his trade stock right now?
It's nerve-wracking right now for teams because especially that interview he did where he pretty much said that he doesn't need football. He wants it but doesn't need it. If it was today and he never played another down, it wouldn't matter to him and he's already made enough money. That's stuff that I get it. It's truthful. He doesn't probably need to play. But if you're going to go and trade for a guy who's making that much money and you're going to need him to be a veteran in your locker room, at 30 years old and, have him for a couple of years, you need a guy who is leading a locker room, leading your team. And if you're going to make the trade for him, which I think the Steelers are going to ask for at least a first rounder. I don't know if they're going to get it, but they're going to ask for it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, how do you feel comfortable moving forward? His production obviously is just unreal. 6 straight seasons of over 1,250 yards, double-digit touchdowns in 4 of those seasons. Like, he is phenomenal. But he is at the back end of his career. So if you trade for him, you're asking a lot from him outside of the field, and that makes me nervous, if I'm a team going to get him.
Mm-hmm.
The production is great, but it's everything else I would be super nervous about.
Let's remind everyone real quick. I'm going to put the photo back up of Antonio Brown and his Walrus friend, his BFF, the Walrus, a.k.a. Andy Reid, that he put up today on Instagram, and he kind of has an Andy Reid thing going on.
Hey, maybe he was drinking some milk. Maybe he was drinking some milk. That's probably why the mustache was there.
Bro, come on now.
Okay, so just to remind everyone what that looks like. There's Antonio Brown losing his mind, his mugshot with his, and the blue in his hair. Losing it. Okay, you guys want to play a quick game? We're talking about the NFL Combine. We want to talk about, is the game final? Did the Lakers lose?
Let me see real quick for you there.
Just getting a quick score check.
111 to 100 with 1:23 left.
The Lakers have lost again. The Lakers are done, as predicted by me at Edward Rouse on Twitter on this very show, the Monday Night Rant Show. Patrick Beverly just got an offensive rebound. 111, 110, 123 to go. All right, guys, real quick. We've been talking about the 40-yard dash in the Combine. Then you got the bench press, the vertical jump, the broad jump, the 3-cone drill, the 20-yard shuttle, and the 60-yard shuttle. And, of course, the all-famous Wonderlic test, the SAT test of the NFL, the one that Vince Young could not pass. I'm just wanting you guys to just, without cheating, because don't get on Twitter or Google. I'll give you like 2 seconds each. Name someone in the top 10 in each of these categories that have actually, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like top 7, I guess, of each of these records for these things, and tell me what team they played for, if you could, and if they actually made a difference in the NFL.
Oh, man.
We're going to start with the 60-yard shuttle. Who was the record holder for the 60-yard shuttle?
Chris Johnson.
I'm going to go with Bo Jackson. Hey, he said all time.
Well, that was before they started actually keeping the stats. But more on that later. The actual record holder for the 60-yard shuttle is Shelton Gibson, who broke the record of 10.71 in 2017, who was a wide receiver for the Philadelphia Eagles.
All right, that's an awkward pause. Okay.
Yep, and also on this list is Brandon Cooks, who is second all time. So there you go. There's a name.
Ooh.
Followed by Avonte Maddox, Jamal Fleming, and Buster Skrine.
Okay.
So it's a list of
Could you help me?
all-stars.
Because some of these categories, I don't know if it pertains to wide receiver or what.
It's cornerbacks. It's pretty much all these are going to be wide receivers, cornerbacks, or defensive backs.
Okay.
Because those are the fastest players in the league. Some running backs too.
And
right.
me.
So that's the 60-yard shuffle, and we all know, Sheldon Gibson, famous for his being drafted in the 5th round, 166th overall by the Eagles, and finishing his 2007 rookie year with 11 receiving yards, and he did win a Super Bowl ring. I know you were wondering.
Hey, see? So that it's champion.
Yeah. So there you go. So that meant something. Okay, the 20-yard shuttle. So instead of 60, it's 20. Got to be faster. Who's the all-time leader in the 20-yard shuttle?
I'm gonna say Denzel Ward.
Okay.
Okay.
Josh.
I'll go with Odell Beckham.
Brandon Cooks. 3.81. Followed by Jason Allen, Bobby McCain, B.W. Webb, Justin Simmons, and Desmond Trufant.
Oh, Trufant. Okay, Trufant.
Wait, there's a name at 7 after, yeah. See, so apparently that, so before that, 2006 is when they started officially keeping the time. Before then, Deion Branch and Dante Robinson and Champ Bailey officially posted a better 20-yard shuttle before they started officially posting.
Hey, those are well-known names right there.
So there you go.
Yeah, they are.
Yes.
Okay. Now we're getting somewhere.
All right, the 3-cone drill. The 3-cone drill. That is the one where they run around the 3 cones. Who is the all-time leader?
Awesome description on that one.
Correct.
3-cone.
Or just name someone in the top 5.
Brandon Cooks.
All right.
Brandon Cooks. No. Oh, man.
Josh?
I'll say
Bo Jackson.
Aqib Talib.
The winner is Jordan Thomas. Jordan Thomas went undrafted until he was signed by the Eagles and a free agent, cut after, and ended up signing with the Houston Texans, where after an injury ended up having a 3-touchdown game last year. So Jordan Thomas, Jeff Mayle from Oregon is 2, Buster Skrine again, Scott Long, and Dane, remember this name, Sajenbacher. That's right.
We got some Pro Bowlers in there.
So, yeah. Yeah. So.
Got some Pro Bowlers in there.
The combine matters, people. The combine matters. This is proof that the combine actually matters.
Let's get to the moneymaker events. Let's get to the big dog ones.
We're at broad jump.
Oh, the broad jump.
Okay.
All right, just name someone in the top 5 of all time of the broad jump.
Oh, man.
Because the combine matters.
Calvin Johnson.
Bo Jackson. I'm saving my good responses for later on. I think I know a couple.
Byron Jones, 12 feet 3 inches, a cornerback drafted in 2015 from... Gotta look it up. He's from the University of Connecticut. He plays for the Cowboys currently.
Hey, Byron Jones is good. He's a Pro Bowler.
Is he?
I think he really is a Pro Bowler. I'm not even. That's no lie.
He's from Connecticut. He is drafted by the Cowboys. He's still on the Cowboys. So there you go.
Okay.
Yeah, Jones elected to his first Pro Bowl. There it is.
I'm sorry, but being elected to the Pro Bowl in the NFL nowadays is an accomplishment.
It's better than not being elected to the Pro Bowl.
Okay, well, there you go. So one guy so far of every category who has a record has been in the Pro Bowl.
So you're saying there's a chance.
I think Brandon Cooks was in a Pro Bowl once, too. So we'll give him that, too.
See? There it is. We got some ballers over here, man.
Okay, also Obi Mifianu, Jamie Collins, Chris Conley, wide receiver drafted by the Bears, now on the Chiefs, and Bud Dupree. Can we not forget about Bud Dupree?
Oh, man.
All right, Anthony, your favorite, the vertical jump.
You know I got hops.
Okay, we just did the broad jump, so obviously people have to, same thing, right?
I'm gonna go with my buddy, the former Raider who won a Super Bowl with the Patriots, Obi Melifonwu.
Okay. Obi Melifonwu is on the list. He's in the top 5. I'll give you that.
That boy.
I'll say Devontae Adams.
Devontae Adams.
What? No.
Chris Conley, guys. Chris Conley is tied for first with Donald Washington, 45 inches. Followed by Byron Jones from the broad jump winner, and A.J. Jefferson from
Fresno State.
That's right.
Man.
And then coming in fifth is Anthony Zaragoza's boy, of course.
Obi Kenobi.
Obi Malafawanu. Obi Malafawanu. Okay, guys, this is it. The bench press. The biggest thing. This is where you get the offensive linemen, the linebackers, the defensive linemen. This is what makes Pro Bowlers. This is what makes everyone famous. Who? Just name someone.
I'm gonna say Aaron Donald.
No. Josh?
I said J.J. Watt.
No. Number one is 49 reps is Stephen Paea. And if you look him up, he played for 3 teams. He never really did anything in the NFL. He no longer plays. Followed by Mitch Petrus, Jeff Owens, Don Terry Poe, who was famous for playing for the Chiefs, Russell Bodine, Harrison Phillips, who last year, who's a good-looking player, defensive tackle, and then, of course, Tank Tyler, who also fizzled out as well. So the bench press, as we found out, is...
Well, Lottie frickin' da!
Means nothing. All right, guys, the time move is 2 left, of course. The 40-yard dash, what we've been talking about. DK Metcalf, 4.33, 230 pounds, 6'5", the next Calvin Johnson if he had Usain Bolt-type speed. Who is the all-time leader in the 40-yard dash?
All-time leader, Mr. John Ross, baby.
You are correct. 4.22. John Ross looking to be traded right now. Cincinnati's looking to trade him. That goes to show you how far they get. Who's number 2 on this list?
Mr. Chris Johnson.
All right, you had the list out in front of you. Name someone else on the list.
I got right there. That's all they talk about every year.
Marquise Goodwin is also on this list, number 4, when it comes to current players. Yes. Followed by Dry Archer, who's a running back who never made it, fizzled out. Jacoby Ford, known for being a kickoff return specialist. Jalen Merrick, who 2 years ago, I think he's on a practice squad now. J.J. Nelson.
Yeah.
Okay.
And DeMarcus Van Dyke. Those are your top ones. However, before it was clocked at 4.22, both your boy, Deion Sanders and Bo Jackson, both allegedly ran it under 4.2. Allegedly. Both Bo Jackson and Deion Sanders ran it under 4.2.
Bo Jackson.
Bo knows,
Bo
baby.
knows. Bo knows, man.
Freaking knows. And now, the most important quiz of all time. This is what defines quarterbacks. Sorry, trying not to laugh. This is what defines a good quarterback and a bad quarterback. This is what makes you famous. The Wonderlic test. Ask Vince Young.
Oh, yeah.
This is the test that defines how good of quarterback you're going to be. This is going to win you Super Bowls. Just looking at this list right now, I see 1 Super Bowl, two Super Bowl winners on this list. Neither one of them are quarterbacks. I have a top 10 list of the best Wonderlic scores. Only 1 perfect score ever in the history of the Wonderlic. By a guy no one's going to get. Can you guys name someone in the top 10 of the Wonderlic scores of all time?
Oh, it has to be, since he's a Harvard graduate, Mr. Fitzmagic himself. It has to be.
Josh?
Oh, yeah, I was going to say Fitzpatrick myself.
Fitzpatrick has scored a 48 out of 50. He's 3rd on the list of all-time highest scores.
It makes sense. He's so
And
phenomenal.
the highest scoring quarterback ever in the Wonderlic test is Ryan Fitzpatrick. The top scorer of all time is Pat McAnally, who, of course, was a punter from Harvard. 3 of the top 10 people in the Wonderlic all went to Harvard. The next being an offensive lineman named Matt Burke.
Oh, hey, Matt Burke is good.
I know, but I'm saying 3 Harvard grads. Probably the only 3 that's ever made the NFL. All just happen to be in the top 10 of the Wonderlic test.
Is Harvard a good school?
I heard it was.
It looks like Hogwarts.
Hogwarts.
Okay. speaking of winning Super Bowls and being awesome, just to show you, compare Vince Young apples to oranges, in the top 10, coming in as the 4th greatest quarterback ever to play in the history of the NFL, if this was the Wonderlic scoring right, would be Blaine Gabbert.
Oh, no.
Yes. Just edging out Eric Decker. That's right. Eric Decker, who scored a 43. Blaine Gabbert scored a 42. Other quarterbacks to get higher was Jason Moss, of course, from Oregon. Fizzled out, did not work out too well. And Greg McElroy from Alabama.
Oh, yeah.
With a 48. And just because I like him, and he's in this list, also with a 48 is Benjamin Watson. Good old Ben Watson.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the Wonderlic test. And also Drew Henson from Michigan. Kevin Curtis, the great receiver from Utah State. And Mike Mamalu with a 49, the great linebacker from Boston College. So there's your top 10 Wonderlic.
I see a good connection to stardom in NFL right now.
Super Bowls. Eric Decker with the Denver Broncos. And Ben Watson on the Patriots.
So you're telling me you need to score well in this to get a Super
And
Bowl.
not be a quarterback.
And not be a quarterback.
So there you go. So does the NFL Combine mean anything?
You know my answer. Hell yeah.
Hell yeah!
Or does the let me rephrase. Does the NFL Combine mean anything?
Oh, hell no!
Oh my gosh, I haven't heard that in a long time. That's a good one.
It
right
does
there.
not, people. It is just something they invented to fill some time in the NFL season. All right, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching and listening. We got a lot of fun tonight. At least I did. Catching up, feeling better after the flu. Thank you guys for watching each and every week. Like I said, next week is awesome. It's the 1-year anniversary show. 1 year. Excited about it. It was 1 year ago that I said I would wear a clown outfit if the Dodgers lost. That was on my first ever episode. And what did I do? Well, let's just say Jugs was born. So I appreciate everyone for following me along those times and everything like that. Anthony, do you have any plugs?
Just get ready for the Thunder, guys, next week when we have our fantasy baseball drafts. Get ready for the Thunder.
That, of course, is on Friday the 15th at 7 p.m. Pacific to 10 p.m. Pacific. Sponsored by Pine & Palm Brewery. 2 more spots open. They've probably already closed by now, but if you're still listening on a thing, send me a message. Send Anthony, send Josh a message. We'll get you guys in. Josh, any plugs?
Just looking forward to seeing what Anthony says come that day.
Come that day. It's going to be a lot of fun. A little different setup than we had for football. Just a little bit different overall type of draft when it comes to baseball. It's a points league, so it'll be a lot of fun. So, all right, guys. Well, you guys have a good night. We'll talk to you guys soon. I'm going to let you guys go before I bow out, as you would. Good night, guys.
Good night.
Later.
Thank you for joining. So, thank you guys again. Like I said, going a little long tonight, but I didn't do it last week. You had the flu, like I said. We had to talk about Harper. We had to talk about Machado. We had to talk about Murray. We had to talk about the NFL Combine. Doesn't matter. The Lakers losing out of the playoffs. Boom. I was right. Like I said, 1 year anniversary show next week. I think maybe Jugs may make an appearance. What? Yeah, I want to wait till the end of it to blow your mind. And then after that, we're going to have March Madness show. We're going to have the draft on the 15th. And then the baseball show where we do the whole baseball season, what we think, predictions, and all that good stuff. So there's a lot coming. I'm excited for the next couple weeks. It's just going to be one topic pretty much each week. We got the anniversary show, draft, March Madness, MLB. What a fun 4 weeks it's going to be. Thank you for joining us. Monday Night Rants. As always, I'm Edward Rouse. And always remember to spay and neuter your poodles, baby. Peace.